What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Francis, here with my fellow co-host, Colin Fursley
What is up, guys? How you doing?
and Oscar Morale.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We got a good one coming for you guys today, so Colin, what's on the docket?
Absolutely, it's a wonderful day.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll start off first. I guess just a couple basketball things just to mention. So first of all, we talked about it last episode. The Cavs finally lost their first game of the season, to the Boston Celtics.
I hate Boston.
So
To the
yeah,
Boston
Boston
Celtics,
ruins everything. But
the great
you know,
team from no, the Boston Celtics.
yeah. So Boston finally won. They won 120 to 117.
Yep.
They hit a lot of three-pointers as they usually do. Jason Tatum dropped 33, but Donovan shot 35. They still lost, but it was only by 3 points, and it was in Boston. So
Yeah.
I still think Cleveland's a good team. Now they're 15-1. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's with them. Another thing in basketball, just to stay there real quick, is Jimmy Butler finally came back and played against the 76ers, and he dropped
we won.
30 points.
I love having
And we
him
won.
in fantasy. I
Yeah.
love having
And
him
we-
in fantasy.
And we won. We won 106 to 89 over the Sixers. Sixers are now 2-11, which is very funny. And you know it's bad when their leading scorer is Jared McCain. So
Hey, no, hold on.
Whoa. He's been
You
great so
cannot-
far.
Disrespect
But he-
Jared
but-
McCain.
Why not?
I
'Cause
actually
he has
just
the
picked him up.
most 20-point games out of any of the rookies
I
this year.
picked him up. I actually picked him up in fantasy on
so
Monday.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he has
but my
over
point
six
is,
20-point games for a rookie.
Yeah,
This
no, I
early in the
totally,
season?
totally agree, Colin.
no, that's
But,
fine. But
know,
when you have
they're-
Joel
they
Embiid
were-
and Paul George and Tyrese Maxey,
Yeah.
I expect them to
But-
do something.
Hey,
They're
you know,
already
clearly,
imploding. I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but there was a team meeting, and Tyrese Maxey did call out Joel Embiid.
yep, good
As
on
saying
him
that
too.
he's late for everything in the team, and honestly, if that's your team leader, man, yeah, you guys are in a bit of a pickle there. Joel Embiid as a leader of the team, as a captain, as a role model really to other players. Good on Tyrese for calling him out there. You can't be late to anything, man. Come on now. I don't care if you're in the MVP. I don't care who you are. You're the face of that franchise. You got to set the standard, set the precedent for that franchise, and you guys are known for being a team of almosts. Almost getting to the conference finals. Almost winning the MVP. Almost
Hey.
this, almost that.
And you
If
know
you
what
wanna
this
shake-
year is?
If you want to shake
Almost
that
getting the
late-
first pick in the
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah. If you want to, I mean, they might as well with how they're playing this so far. If you want to shake that label, you small things like that, like you got to change for sure. And I think that's really what's separating Embiid from taking that step to the next level and being consistently on top of his game. Because we know if he can just stay healthy and be available more, we know how good of a player he is. He'd be scary matchup for anybody. But
Sure.
no one really takes that team seriously because they're always banking on the fact that he gets hurt, and guess what? It always happens. But it's little things like that where if he starts taking control of aspects like that over his game, you'll see a shift, and hopefully maybe he starts playing more healthy. And then obviously he'll be more available, and he'll be able to help his team more. But yeah, I think that just shows really to what type of person Embiid is. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I honestly could care less about Joel Embiid. I do not like him. I don't appreciate him. I don't like the attitude he has towards his team, towards his owners, towards his coaches, because the blame is never on him. He never takes blame. It's always on someone else.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't think he
And
takes
he does. He never
responsibility?
gets put
Yeah.
in check. So I think he's got to get put in check. And honestly, he's a great player when he's healthy, but he can't stay healthy. Maybe that's karma for him being an absolute dickweeb, just being like not a good guy. But I really could care less about him. I'm happy Philly's doing bad. I'm happy for Jared McCain though. I'm glad that he's getting a fair shot as a rookie, and he played 41 minutes tonight, and it's just insane. But I don't like Joel. I don't like Philly. I don't like Tyrese. I don't like PG. I mean, I wouldn't say I don't like him, but you know, I just he's just not. I just can't seem to like the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then last thing with the NBA, I want to give a shout out to the Golden State Warriors. I don't know how many people thought they were going to be this good. They're first in the West. They're currently beating the Hawks. Okay, it's the Hawks, fine. By 22 points in the
Yeah,
third quarter. They're up 89-67. So good job with the Warriors. That's good stuff from them.
yeah,
All right.
it's awesome.
Now, yeah. If you guys want to talk anything about that, just go ahead.
I really don't have much to say because I really don't watch much basketball.
Yeah.
But I do occasionally check the
Damn.
rankings. Um,
Outing
but
yourself like that, Mark.
re-
Come on.
well, I mean, I don't have time, man. I really don't have time to watch anything. I don't even watch football on Sundays anymore much. But
Wow. But
yeah,
we
I mean,
stay
good on
educated
Golden
here
State.
on the Get It Right Saturday Night podcast. That's for sure.
You heard
Absolutely.
it here first. But you
Absolutely.
get
Yeah.
all your news here from GIRSN, so thank you for tuning in.
Yep. Of course. All right, so now let's move on to college football. Another week, another college football playoff. Oh, did you want to say something, Oscar?
Yes, so currently I am on track to hitting
Oh,
my parlay. You know, took the over on points for Stephen Curry at 21 and a half. He's currently at 15 with 2:38 left in the third quarter. I'm sure he'll drop a few more points. Um, Took the over on Clint Capella, 19 points, rebounds, and assists. He's currently at 14, so he's definitely projected to break that. And took the under on points for Trey Young for 23. He's currently at 10 points in total for the game.
good
So
stuff.
looks like today's a good day, and I might be getting paid tonight.
Yeah, you never know. It's looking pretty good. But do not look at us for betting advice, okay? We're just
No,
for
please do
fun. All
not.
right.
We do not
Because
No
condone
betting advice
betting
from
if you
us.
are under the age
as
of
I
18,
say,
but
as
if
I
you do,
say on
use Fliff.
as I
It's
say
free.
on as I say on every week of the pod, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, this one might pick. And yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now let's move on to college football. As I was saying, another week, another playoff ranking. So I apologize for the little bit of a blurry graphic here, but it's the best I could find. Um, Top five stayed the exact same, but Notre Dame, Alabama, Miami, Ole Miss, Georgia, Boise State, all of those teams moved up a spot. I think there might have been some changes here and there. And then Tennessee, after losing to Georgia, drops to 11th, but because BYU gets that automatic bid into the playoff for being the Big 12 projected champion, Tennessee is out of the playoff bracket. And then the second team out is SMU. I feel bad for SMU. They've just been chilling there this entire time, but
yeah.
they're a good team. They can get in potentially. So Boise State is there. I just wanted to hear your guys' opinion on the actual rankings, not the bracket. If you guys do you guys think that the rankings are correct?
I
Um,
think Indiana is still a loose cannon. I mean, I think we're really gonna get a taste of what type of caliber team they are this weekend in their matchup versus Ohio State. So that number five ranking could be just right. Could be too low. I doubt it, but or it could be way too high, which is probably what it's gonna end up being, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah,
Penn State again should not be number four. I think we covered that last week. But I think besides that, the rankings look good. SEC teams, it's kind of hard to rank. It's just whoever out of the most recent results is on top. You really just have to rank over each other because they've all beaten each other up at least once.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. That is a good point.
You know, honest, I really, I don't know, man. Like, I'll be honest with you. I have no clue. I'm kind of out in the blue. I think all these teams are awesome. Any one of them is a contender to win the chip. Um, Maybe Bama shouldn't be so high. Maybe I'd still put Georgia over Bama, but I think that's
but
the
the
only
thing is,
thing I'd change.
Alabama beat Georgia,
Yeah,
and they're not
but
the only team that beat them this year as well either. Um,
Yeah, it's just
so
tough. Like all of these teams beat each other. Like Alabama beat Georgia, so they're ahead of them. Okay, fine. But then Ole Miss beat Georgia, so then they're ahead of them. Okay, fine. But then didn't like Wait, I don't have it open right now. But did Ole Miss play Alabama?
It's a great question, brother. I have no
No,
clue.
no, they haven't played.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess just based off of who's played who and who's beaten who, it's good.
It's
Um,
Tennessee. Tennessee, I think,
okay.
beat Alabama.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I'm sorry, that's right. So,
why
so
is
if-
why
yeah,
why is
yeah, go
Tennessee
ahead.
not in the CFP rankings? Like, why
Yeah,
are
yeah.
they not
So
there?
that's a good question. That's what I
So
was
they're
that's what I was
ranked
trying to
number
say.
11, but due to the automatic, due to them automatic, do Boise State and BYU automatically getting a bid, Tennessee would be the first team out, even though they're ranked within the top 12.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, interesting.
yeah. So the thing that I was trying to say that's like I don't disagree with it, but it's just funny because they've all played each other, they've all won, lost. So like Tennessee beat Alabama and they're 4 spots behind them. Like that's just a quirk in the way that it is because of everything that's happened since then. Um, I think Georgia. I feel like I would put Georgia. Well, no, but Georgia's been kind of struggling lately. Although they had a good win last week against Tennessee. I might slide Georgia up a little bit. I feel like they're better maybe than Alabama. I don't know. I need to see more out of Alabama to be honest.
Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. I got no clue, brother. I can't help you. I don't know.
The thing is, Georgia cannot be the highest ranked SEC team, like besides Texas, um,
Why?
simply due to the fact that they've lost to two of those teams that are on there, and Alabama hasn't. Alabama has the loss to Vanderbilt, and then the loss to Tennessee. So they
Yeah,
have a kind of a dud loss, like when it comes to like, facing big opponents. I mean, Vanderbilt's been good this year, but not on the caliber of any of these teams. I think anybody would venture to say that much at least. Um,
Yeah,
and so when it comes to the big games, Alabama has shown up more than Georgia this year. And I think that's the committee's reasoning for putting them like in the out of those slew of SEC teams as
that's
the
true.
highest ranked.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's what they're like valuing right now is those head-to-head matchup in big games.
yeah,
And I think that's the reason, honestly, Georgia is even in here right now is because they have that major win against Texas. Otherwise, they would not be anywhere near this list because
Really?
of their losses. Oh, I think so.
But
I think if
Georgia's
they,
really
if
good though. They just
I
well,
know, and they have the hardest schedule. I think that's also
yeah,
another thing the committee's taking into account is they have the hardest schedule in college football, I believe, right?
yeah,
It's harder in
yeah. It's
Florida,
gotta
if I'm
be.
not mistaken.
It's
I
gotta be.
think
Yeah,
the
they haven't. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
no, you got it. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I think that their schedule's tough. Also, they've lost the same amount of games as these other teams. So I mean,
No,
Georgia losing to Alabama is a way better loss than Alabama losing to Vanderbilt. Like Georgia hasn't lost to a bad team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
right.
I think that's part of it as well.
But
I
they
would.
also haven't beat a good team besides that Texas win. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, they beat number 7 Tennessee last week.
Yeah, last week. But
Yeah.
besides like
So
previous to that,
I'm gonna be honest.
that was kind of like their reasoning.
I think there's a lot to change in these rank. I feel like as we
Oh no,
get closer and
definitely.
closer,
Yeah, this is
oh
gonna
yeah,
um,
of course.
this
Yeah.
is not gonna
I
look.
and I think I'm
I
hopping
honestly,
on the Buffs train. But if it's possible to see the Colorado Buffaloes make it to the playoffs, that'd be great. I think it'd be really cool. Uh, I really hope.
Yeah.
it's more than
I
possible
think
now,
they're
Yeah.
especially
ranked.
since BYU lost.
I think they're
Yeah.
ranked 15 or something like that. So
Sixteen, 16.
they're inching up closer and closer. It's possible. Um, but
Yeah,
really,
for sure.
besides that, I really have no more comments honestly about this.
on
I
on
No,
the,
don't
on
know
the
much.
topic of Colorado, like I said, it's the same. I don't think it's ever going to change. It's the same thing that we said last week. The only way that they make the playoff is if they win the Big 12. They're not going to get in as just a regular seed. It would be impossible unless all of these teams just lost all of a sudden, which is not going to happen. But like Oscar said, the fact that BYU lost doesn't really do anything because Colorado would still be in the Big 12 championship anyways. But it does give them a better chance to win because BYU lost, so maybe they're not as good as they were earlier in the
Yeah,
year. Colorado,
Yeah, of course.
the rest of their games don't matter. They literally just have to beat BYU in the conference championship, and they're in. And if they lose, then they're out. It's very simple. So we'll
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
have to
pretty
see.
much. Which
Let's hope.
I do like this because at least this system how it's implemented so far because it gives value to those conference championship games.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to like sound like a hater here, but you really don't want to see like a Georgia FSU situation last year where out of protest or out of this like for whatever spiteful reason, like respectfully, but the players decide to sit out in a game that really should be a competitive major game.
No one sits out of conference championship games.
Look, the whole FSU team last year was injured, and they were all declaring for the draft. So
I'm saying
Yeah.
no. I'm saying because of how the playoffs is now. I was fearing that the conference championship was going to turn into like one of these or what was insignificant bowl games in the last like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought it was going to be just about your ranking and if you're ranked in the top 12 or not. So
Yeah, but if you're going to be ranked in the top 12, you got to have won your championship.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if you're a good enough team where you can just afford the loss in the championship game to try to sit your players and rest them for the playoffs. I mean, I'm sure if a system would have allowed for something like that to happen, teams would have done it. I'm glad that due to the system how it currently is, you can't do that because if you lose the championship game, you're losing your automatic bid into the playoffs. And I think that's more valuable than being ranked in the top 12, obviously.
Well, yeah, but that was never a thing anyway. Like no one has ever sat out of a championship game, so that there's not really a point in.
No, I understand that, Colin, but I was fearing that because we were expanding the playoffs to a 12-team system or a 12-team format that conference championship games might lose their value.
Okay, I get you. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So
it was a bit confusing. I think I worded it a bit confusing, but I think at the end of the day, you were able to understand what I was trying to say. One last thing on college football I will say is the Aggies are nowhere to be seen. I don't know why. They're still ranked first in the SEC, I believe. Let me just double check, but I still think so. And they're still playing really good football. I don't know why they're not in the top 12.
I don't think they're first anymore because they have 2 losses and Texas has only lost once, right?
But the only thing that matters is
A&M,
conference schedule.
Yeah, so A&M is second. Well, they're tied with Texas in terms of conference schedule, but the tiebreaker goes to Texas. But that won't matter because they played each other last week of the season, so
Exactly.
it doesn't matter until then. All right, so let's get into the NFL, and let's take a look at our Week 11 predictions, how they went.
Watch
All
this.
right, can you guys see?
Big boom!
Yeah. So, very, 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 very funny. This has never happened before. First of all, as you can see, Oscar and I 10-3, Mark 9-4. A very, very, very good week for our predictions. Very funny thing that has never happened before. Oscar and I, actually no, not Oscar and I. The 3 of us picked the exact same picks for every single game, except Mark was the only one that took the Jets over the Colts, and that is why he's 9-4. And I don't know why, because I tell him every week, why would you pick the Jets? And he goes picks the Jets, and now he's 9-4. But Oscar and I, word for word, bar for bar, bro, we picked the same exact picks every single game. So we were gonna end up with
the guy that stole my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar.
Yeah, bro. So
Drizzy Drake!
we were gonna have the same record for this week anyway, but it turned out to be really good. The ones that we got wrong were the Chargers. They beat the Bengals. The Steelers beat the Ravens.
Which, again, the Bengals should have won that game. I don't know how they managed to lose another game like that.
They shouldn't.
I
disagree. Look, they were down a lot in the first half. They rallied. We'll get into it.
So it was the Chargers game, the Steelers beat the Ravens, and the Seahawks beat the 49ers. So I appreciate you guys getting me onto that Broncos country let's ride train, but
Broncos country.
Absolutely.
Let's freaking effing Fucking ride, baby.
Yep. All right,
Bo
so let's
Nix
get
season, baby.
into
Bo
the
Nix.
recap. Okay, so let's get into the Week 11 recap. So, where's it at? It's over here. Oh, well, okay, yeah. Let's do that. So, okay, Thursday Night Football, we already went over that last week. Raiders versus Dolphins, a great game by the Dolphins. They beat the Raiders very handily. Our offense played well. The Raiders are not the best team, but our offense played very well. Tua played extraordinarily.
Oh
And
yeah.
Jalen Ramsey finally got an interception, so that was great to see. Um, Browns versus Saints. We thought it might be close, but the Saints are just
Taysom
a
Hill.
better team
Just
now.
just say Taysom Hill. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Taysom Hill. Shout out to the multiple people that I know who added Taysom Hill this week and then just didn't start him for whatever the reasoning was. But let's see. He's a quarterback. He threw 2 passes. One of them was intercepted, and the other one was caught. The other one was caught for 18 yards. That's nothing, right? Holy cow! He had 7 carries for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he threw the ball twice? That's ridiculous, bro. This guy's insane. No, we're not done yet. You add 8 catches for 50 yards on top of all of this. This guy's in every single category passing, rushing,
This guy's a
receiving. I've
this
never
guy's
seen
a
this
Swiss
before.
Army knife. He's a Swiss
Bro,
Army knife.
he does
He's
it
a
all.
fantasy icon. We
Bro,
know that Taysom Hill is due to explode for one game out of the year always.
Yeah, exactly. He always has that one game.
Joker game, and he always has that Joker game on him.
Yep,
And that was this week.
absolutely.
This past
Colts
week,
versus
I
the
should
Jets.
say.
The Jets they scored 27 points. That's pretty solid for them. But Anthony Richardson just had a great game. I told you he was going to come back. He was going to have a great game. He was going to get right in the head, and he was going to play well for this
Yes,
one
sir.
game. I don't think he's going to continue that, but I'm glad he beat the Jets. So good on him. Vikings Titans. The Vikings have been playing very boring football lately.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson has not been doing what he's been doing. Aaron Jones, same thing. But they played the Titans, so that's like a free win. But this was cool. Will Levis had a 98-yard touchdown pass to Nick Westbrook-Akine. So that's that. What the heck? Okay. So that was that. Packers versus Bears. Wow, the second week in a
Wow.
row that there was a walk-off blocked field goal for the win. That was
Game-winning field goal blocked.
Yeah. So this
Rivalry
was
game too. Rivalry game.
That's for
Hey,
sure.
and Green Bay did not play well.
Yep.
Green Bay did not play well.
That is true. That did you guys see that Christian Watson catch though? That was
No, sir.
dude. He caught the ball like full diving, and he fell to the floor like a crazy diving catch. But it was in the middle of the field, and no one was around him. So he just got back up and ran and scored a touchdown, like 50 yards. It was insane.
Lamau.
And that was to take the lead as well. So that was pretty
What a guy.
pretty cool. Jaguars versus. I mean, I don't know how the Lions keep doing this. Like what?
Dude,
Like
the Lions scored on every single drive they had. They scored a tutty
yeah.
on every single drive.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't even know what to say. Like, bro.
Every single one.
Touchdown.
The Jaguars should retire as a franchise after that performance.
Yeah, let's look at this. Total yards 645 to 170. 41 rushing yards to 200. 38 first downs to 10. Almost double the plays.
Jamaica Gibbs and Montgomery combined for more rushing yards than Jaguars' total yards.
Yeah,
That's why I love Jamaica Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Yeah, absolutely insane. The Lions are very, very
412,
dominant.
by the way, from Jared Goof.
Jared Goof, that is true.
Jared Goof.
Rams Patriots. Patriots are kind of starting to play well, which is not good. But the Rams took care of business there. Ravens Steelers, very highly anticipated matchup again, and surprisingly to some, the Steelers actually pulled it off. And once again, second game this season that they won, and they did not score a single touchdown. Shout out Chris Boswell. That's why you have him in fantasy football. And I'll talk about fantasy football a little bit later. But there you go. Russell Wilson, not his best game. One interception, and that's about it. But
Yes,
By the
sir.
Derrick
way, I
Henry,
believe Derrick
yeah,
Henry has scored a touchdown in every game this season.
yeah,
Goat.
I think so as well. It's
Goat.
insane. But they only gave him the ball 13 times, so that's kind of concerning for the Ravens. That's
Yeah.
part of the reason why they didn't play so well. Only scoring 16 points, and I don't know what's going on with Justin Tucker, man. That was rough to see him miss all of those
He's
kicks.
kind of trash.
Okay, bro,
They
let's not
nerfed
go
him,
there.
man.
Another divisional game, a lot of divisional games. Seahawks versus 49ers. Another surprising game. The Seahawks beat the 49ers. Geno Smith had a game-winning touchdown run to take the lead.
I
And
think this is actually the first time Geno Smith beats the San Francisco 49ers.
wow,
I believe
I did not know that.
so.
Hey, you know,
I mean, I think the first time he beats them as a Seahawk, is what I
Okay.
meant to say. Um,
Interesting.
but I believe so, and if not, it's definitely the first time he beats them in Santa Clara as a Seahawk.
Yeah,
But this was
that makes sense.
this was a very important game to Geno Smith. They did a little segment on it pre-game and during the game as well. But yeah, they essentially talked to him and asked him, what this game meant to him, and he was like, yeah, like, he hasn't been able to beat them at all so far as a Seahawk, and it just means a lot because they're your divisional rivals, man, and you don't want anybody like that to own you just so consistently. So I'm glad the Seahawks as a whole were able to go out there and make a statement with and honestly give the San Francisco 49ers a bit of a reality check because I think they believed that as soon as they got McCaffrey back that they'd be good to go and ready to roll, but it's not just quite that simple. You still have to go through the motions. You still got to win these games,
again,
and clearly we saw it here today.
I'm
That's
gonna
true.
say it. Brock Purdy's a system quarterback.
Okay, bro, stop it, Mark. Okay.
Brock Purdy is a system
No, all right.
quarterback.
So Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos country. Broncos
Let's
country.
Dude,
Broncos
Bo
country.
Nix is the truth, bro. Look at this.
Guys,
This is insane.
I've been saying it.
You
I've
have.
been saying it. Bo Nix is the truth. Bo Nix is that guy. We have the team. We have a defense. Bo Nix, 4 tutties, 300 yards, 28 for 33, only 5 incompletions.
Man, looking
This
like the
is-
Broncos of old
this is
here
America's
with,
team.
Peyton
Broncos
Manning
country.
at quarterback and
Let's ride, baby.
and
Look,
Unk at tight end. I know that they did play with each other, but man, I didn't expect this type of domination.
Yeah, I mean,
the Broncos.
definitely.
the
not.
Broncos are might be able to push for a playoff spot, and
I mean, so far they are.
and honestly, Bo Nix is playing phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I've said
absolutely.
everyone here in Denver says it, guys. The first few games, they were rough, they were tough games, yada yada yada. Almost beats
Arguably,
the
the
Chiefs
second or
last
third
week.
best quarterback
then
behind Jaden Daniels.
Technically, they would have beat
of
the
this
Chiefs. Technically,
rookie
they would have,
class.
right?
Yep.
If the field goal hadn't been blocked, and now they beat the Falcons, who, mind you, they have a team there. They have a team. They have Bijan Robinson. They have Kyle Pitts. They have Kirk O'Chains. They have Darnell Mooney. They have Drake London, and they have a really good defense as well. So, what a showing! What a showing! Second half shutout. Broncos country.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Broncos country, that's right. Matchup of the week probably for most people: Bills versus the Chiefs. Shout out 72 team. You always got to when the last undefeated team loses. Bills win. Josh
told you
Allen.
guys.
Champagne was popped that night.
I told you
Absolutely.
guys. I told y'all.
Bro, we all picked the Bills, okay? Don't
I
act
know,
like they're
but
special.
I'm just saying. Even if you guys
We
hadn't picked the
told
Bills,
you guys.
I was still gonna pick the Bills. I told you.
Viewers,
Yeah.
viewers, just
Viewers.
remember, Mark Francis told you guys.
All Mark Francis. Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is just throwing way too many interceptions. I've never seen this out of him. It's ridiculous.
Patrick Mahomes is trash, dude.
Yeah.
Mahomie.
Yeah.
Lamau.
So that was that. Bengals versus Chargers. Remember, we were all making fun of the NFL. How could this team be favored? Yeah, well, they won. Did you guys watch this game though?
No, bro, I don't got time to watch anything.
Bro, this game was
But,
insane.
but,
Yes, I did.
but
I
I
did
saw
watch.
the
The
clips,
second
and
half, no, the second half of that game was truly insane. The Bengals should have won. They completely took over the game and established their presence, but their defense just couldn't string together stops when it mattered most, man. And that Joe Burrow's only
look,
human after all.
they have the triple crown wide receiver right now. They have the number one quarterback in the league right now, and their record is what, 4-7?
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
and 7.
4-7. Are you kidding me? Like, this team is great, right? This
That
they
just
have
goes to show you
Well,
how
their
great
their
defense
offense
is,
is
man.
their
great.
offense, their
Yeah.
offense is great. Sorry, their offense is great. Okay, but and they don't even have a running back. Like, they let go of Mixon, and Mixon's balling out in Houston right now.
Yeah, he
And
is.
these guys, they need a running back, but dude, they need a defense. Like, this is just sad. Like, you can't have, like, Joe Burrow's having an MVP season. He's having
I
an
mean,
MVP.
I don't know if you
He's the
guys saw the
first
play where
quarterback
he
to
literally
3,000
he's
yards.
literally pointing out where he wants his receivers to be mid play and throwing it to them and throwing touchdowns. Like Jamar Chase was running a deep route about was cutting in towards just in on a post almost, and literally as he's running the route, Joe Burrow goes, "No, go this way, go this way." Cuts out to the other side, throws it, touchdown. Like he's not even hiding where they're going anymore. He's just telling them mid play, like go this way, changing the route, and
Yeah,
the
it's very
defense just
impressive.
isn't able to handle a few stops.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
I really
definitely
like
tough.
Joe Burrow. I like him as a personality. I like him as a player. I think he's great. I really do. I honestly really do like him.
Joe Burrow.
I feel so bad for him, man. I just feel so bad for him.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. On the Chargers side, though, they're playing pretty well. They're 7-4, 7-3. Their defense is great, although they kind of fell apart in the second half here. But Justin Herbert has been playing very, very well. And shout out to Lad McConkey out of Georgia, rookie. 6 catches for 123. He's become their number one receiver, and he's doing very, very well. So,
Hey, look, man. People doubted the Chargers this year. They're in a rebuild year. They lost all the receivers. They said
lost
they
everybody.
lost Austin.
And their running
Yeah,
back.
they
yeah.
lost everyone. Eckler. Everyone was gone. Everyone's like, dude,
Eckler,
Justin Herbert.
Keenan
What is
Allen,
this team?
Mike Williams.
Who is Lad
Yeah.
McConkey? Who's Will Disley?
Okay,
Who's
no
Quentin
one,
Johnson?
no one said who is Lad McConkey. Okay, right? Everybody
No,
knows who
no,
Lad
they all
McConkey.
doubted. They all doubted him. They all
I
doubted
would
him,
say.
man. They
You
all
would-
doubted him.
Dude, if you don't know who Lad McConkey is, you don't know anything about football. Okay, so let's
Dude,
just
no
get
one
that
cares
straight.
about Lad McMonkey.
Bro, if
or
you watch
McDonald's.
football, everybody knows who that is, bro. He's a dog. Literally,
Bro,
he was a dog.
I'm not going to McDonald's getting a Big Mac, a McFlurry, and a McConkey, bro. Like,
Bro,
like his
On the
name is
McConkey,
Lad.
yeah.
Bro, this guy was in Theta
That makes
Chi,
him
bro,
even
when he was at
cooler.
Georgia. His name is Lad.
yeah, what a
Lad.
lad. He's a lad, bro. And that
Bro,
lad was
this
a
guy-
dog.
Dude, Lad McConkey was in Theta Chi, bro. Like, don't even play.
Okay, bro. Stop hating on Lad McConkey, bro. I like that guy.
I'm not
Uh,
hating, bro.
Well, this definitely is their year to get the number one overall pick. The Dallas Cowboys are really, really bad. They got Cooper Rush throwing 55 passes. I don't know how you allow that to happen. And they lost 34-10 to the better team in Texas, the Houston Texans. And CJ Stroud didn't even play that well. 1 interception, 257. But give the ball to my man Joe Mixon, and he will get you the W in the NFL and in fantasy as well. So. Great. It was a good game. Defensively for the Texans, offensively as well.
Trey
CJ Stroud's been a
Lance.
little bit of a
Period.
Also,
Trey Lance.
Nico Collins came back. Finally, this is his first game back. Did all right. Nothing too special. I did think he was going to catch a touchdown pass. I don't know. I just had a feeling he would, but sadly, that wasn't actually what ended up happening in reality. But he still played pretty good. When you did see him out there, he was blocking really good as well. Out there just helping everybody on the team. And yeah, I mean, I think he put it best, Colin. This was a Joe Mixon game.
Yep.
Through and through.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Cooper Rush should get benched and they should start Trey
Also, I would
Lance.
like to say something I did find rather weird in this game is Brandon Aubrey, the right, that is the Dallas Cowboys kicker,
Yeah.
um, was missing the easiest field goals of the day for the Cowboys, but then making 58 and 54-yard field goals.
Don't even. I don't want to hear it.
He made a
I don't wanna hear it.
64-yard field
He
goal.
made one.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
wanna
just
hear
made
it.
one.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it. I don't want to hear it. I lost because of that mother flipping trucker,
Yeah, you
Brandon
did.
Aubrey. He's a dog shiz. Bro,
No, you
64
didn't.
yards and
That's
they declined the penalty.
yeah. Well, anyone would do that, but that's tough. So he kicked a 64-yard field goal, and Mark would have won fantasy football because of that. But the Texans had a penalty, so the Cowboys declined it to continue their drive, and they ended up throwing an interception. So it was basically for nothing, and Mark lost fantasy football off of that one play. So, but it was impressive to see a 64-yard field goal. Yeah. So
That's why I hate the Cowboys. All right, let's move to some predictions for this
Yep.
week. I gotta get homework done, guys. Come on.
yeah, absolutely.
So some rapid fire predictions is what I'm hearing.
So, rapid fire predictions. Where is is this week? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Steelers versus the Browns. Thursday night football. Divisional game. Two teams. It's gonna be close. Give me Pittsburgh.
Give me the Steelers
Agreed.
as well. The Steelers just seem to have a chokehold on the AFC North.
Mhm.
So give me the Steelers.
Yes, sir. Big Mr. Unlimited. Period.
It's unlimited.
I will say though, but before we keep going, just before I forget, did you guys hear about the Aaron Rodgers story today? You guys did not? So apparently, just so you guys know, and so all the viewers know, apparently during the game against the Broncos, I think it was the Broncos game. Remember they lost like 9-6 or whatever it was. It was a terrible game.
Oh, I know exactly what you're gonna. It was nine.
Yeah.
It was like 7-8,
Yeah,
7-9.
It was bad. So apparently, the Jets owner Woody Johnson wanted to propose an idea to bench Aaron Rodgers because he thought he was playing bad. And when he told all of the coaches about it afterwards, I guess it was afterwards, they all thought he was joking. And are you serious, Aaron Rodgers? Like, what is this type of joke? And he was being dead serious. And that
Yeah.
story got leaked
Yep.
out today. I think that's very funny. And yes,
Yeah,
he's playing
I-
very
I-
bad.
I saw
So-
that, man.
Yeah, that was
I saw that, but that's just sad, bro. Like
Yeah.
you don't bench someone like Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, a future Hall of Famer.
bro,
You don't
he's playing
bench.
bad though. He's playing real
It doesn't
bad.
matter. It doesn't matter. Tom Brady would have a down year. You're not gonna bench his ass. I don't care. You
Tom
don't.
Brady didn't have a down year.
It doesn't. I'm just saying. You don't bench Aaron Rodgers. Period.
Damn it.
I think he did, just not like this.
Okay, yeah, I get you. Okay,
You don't bench Aaron Rodgers.
let's keep it moving.
Period.
Titans versus the Texans. I'll take Houston.
Yeah, give me the Texans.
Yeah, man. I gotta go with Texas is a better team.
Yep, absolutely. Vikings at the Bears, another divisional matchup. A lot of divisional matchups this week. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Hey, as the greatest president of the United States ever said, Joe, whatever, I don't know, what's his middle name? I don't care. Exactly. No one cares. Minnesota!
His middle. I remember saying this, bro. His middle name was like
Man.
a girl. It's like a girl's name.
What's
I
Joe
remember-
Biden's middle name? He's the best president.
Robinette. His middle name is Robinette.
Joe Robinette Biden.
Jr. Joseph Robinette
Robinette
Biden Jr.
Biden Jr., the greatest president. You guys seen gas prices? They've went down 20 cents.
Wow.
273. Drove by it today, 273.
Anyways, give me Minnesota.
Minnesota!
We're all going Minnesota. Dallas at the Commanders. Wow, I cannot tell you the last
Come
time.
Anders.
I've never-
Come Anders.
Okay. Go ahead, Mark. What do you think is going to win this game?
Bro, I gotta go with them boys up north with Joe Biden, man. I gotta go with the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going to go there too. I don't know. When is the last time the Cowboys lost to the Commanders? I have no. Have they ever even lost to the Commanders? Like since they've been the Commanders? I don't know,
Bro,
bro.
I
I don't think
have
so.
no clue, but hey, thanks, Joe.
Yep. Shout out Joe. Patriots versus the Dolphins. Obviously, the
I think
Dolphins
we
are
can
gonna
skip
win.
that.
This is
Yeah.
very easy. Yep. Oscar, he's yawning because it's
Yeah,
just such a boring matchup.
give me the Dolphins. Come on now.
Yeah. Chiefs versus
Yeah.
the Panthers. I know this is gonna be Oscar's upset alert. It's very obvious. He's gonna pick the
I was
Panthers.
actually
I think
not
that's kind of dumb.
considering
I'm gonna
it.
pick the Chiefs. So.
Yeah, I was
Hey, man.
actually not considering this
Oh,
as my upset
you
alert.
sure? I
Come
thought
on,
you
bro.
were.
Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs
Yeah, no.
Chiefs took the L last week to my who'd they play? Exactly, no one
The
cares.
Bills.
To the Bills. I'm
Come on.
sorry.
Come on,
The
man.
Panthers
We
are
got a
dog water,
reputation
bro.
and a standard to uphold here at the Get It Right Saturday Night podcast, Mark. Let's go.
Sorry,
know.
bro. My short-term memory isn't good because I have to memorize impulse momentum theorem and work energy theorem and all this fun
Wow.
stuff. But yeah, I want the Chiefs here, honestly.
All right, so we're all going with the Chiefs. All right, we got the Buccaneers versus the who? It's time for Tommy DeVito, baby!
It's Tommy DeVito.
Hey.
Tommy!
Hey, what are you
It's
doing?
Saturday,
Here?
DeVito.
Give me a bit of gabagool.
It's time for Tommy DeVito, baby. He's
Here's
gonna
my
lead
favorite
this
cheese
team.
on the sub on a hero.
Where's he going? Amalfi in Tommy DeVito's place, Italia.
Ciao Italia, ciao,
Hey,
ciao.
ciao, Bella.
forget
Ciao,
about
it's
it.
Italia.
Forget
Italia,
about
it
I
is the
already
best
did it. Got
team.
it done.
Italia, it's Tommy DeVito.
Hey,
it's
baby.
the Godfather.
Tommy DeVito, clearly, he's my favorite quarterback, all right? We're from New York City, all right? The Giants are still going to lose. I love Tommy DeVito. I hope he does well. Like, I pray he does well because he's so funny. I love him so much, and I want him to do well, but I have to go with Tampa. Like, I just think Tampa's
Hey,
going to win.
let me tell you something right here. That kid's the future of New York, alright? So, even though they're not gonna win this game, I got great things coming out of this kid right here, Tommy DeVito. I love it. I love what he's doing for this city.
I don't know how
but,
this guy continues to do such great accents, but I'm
Give me
jealous of
the
him.
Buccaneers.
Yeah. Tampa.
You know, Daniel Jones went from being QB 40, if you don't, because he's a QB and he gets paid 40 million, to now QB 4, which shows how much of a joke the New York Giants are, which is why I'm going back down to my brothers down in Tampa Bay, taking the Buccaneers.
Yep. Lions versus the Colts. Give me the Lions. Told you, Brandon Yerston's only going to last for a day. You know, it's fine. Detroit is going to win.
Yeah, brother, you read my mind, man. I don't think you can doubt Detroit at all, to be honest with you. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see Detroit losing this one. Sorry, AR-15. Sorry, Big Tony, but
Yeah. All right. Then we got Broncos Country versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Once again,
Man.
last time. I think this is the second time they're playing, right? So this is the last time we get to have the Mark Francis Bowl.
Yeah, the Mark Francis
Broncos versus the Raiders. We got Colorado School of Mines versus Coach K. Who's gonna win? You never know. Tommy DeVito. Sorry.
It's a Tommy DeVito.
It's a Tommy DeVito, baby. All right. So, Mark, who do you pick? Because I know you love both of these teams.
Man, you know it's always a tough decision, and you know I'd want to take that tie, but you know there's only one team that's riding to the bowl, and it's Broncos country, baby. Broncos country, let's ride.
on back-to-back weeks, I believe at least all three of us are going to be in unison and give me Broncos country, baby. Let's ride.
Broncos
Hey,
country.
Broncos
Let me tell you
country. Let's ride, baby.
Broncos country.
Denver
Broncos-
all the way.
Let's ride.
Broncos
Let's
country.
ride.
Broncos country.
Broncos
Broncos
country.
country.
Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Broncos country.
Let's go. All right, Arizona
fucking
versus Seattle. Matchup of the NFC West leaders. Cardinals are in first place in that division. But the game is in
I
Seattle.
was about to say that. The Cardinals are first place in that division, and they also have the most head-to-head matchups won in that division so far this year. And I think that trend will continue And I'm actually
Yep.
going to pick the Cardinals to beat the Seahawks in this game.
Yep, me too. I'm gonna go with Arizona. I like them.
Hey guys, me three.
Yep, great. Uh,
I'm not sure if you guys saw this. I actually just saw this a little earlier. Um, the Cardinals are currently right now fourth in like fourth total best offense in the league, sixth in like passing, and like fourth in rushing or something like
wow,
that. I don't know,
Wow.
some insane stats like that.
very
Um,
impressive.
very impressive for this Arizona team to make a comeback in the
Yep,
second half of the season here.
absolutely. Then we got the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams supposed to be very good, not doing so very good. But I just feel like it's gonna be hard for me to give up on them. I'm gonna go with San Francisco to win at Lambeau.
Yeah, I think they need to win at Lambeau if they want to correct and steer the ship back in the right direction for the remainder of the season. They got to get this one here this week at Lambeau. It's going to be a very tough game, but I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
guys, I will not be joining you in on that. I think this is a go pack go game here.
I
Um,
can see why. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely.
always, both teams are really good, but the 49ers are riddled with injuries. Nick Bosa's not going to play. George Kittle is not 100%, but he said he's going to play. Brock Purdy, not 100%, said he's going to play. Do I think we could see the breakout game for Christian McCaffrey? I think so.
Possibly, maybe.
But I just think the Pack is just a healthier team. Um, and this is a Washington coaching tree game, so you got Matt LaFleur and Kyle
Matt
Shanahan. So
LeFleur.
yep.
Matt LeFleur.
Cool. And then Sunday Night Football, we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the LA Rams. Should be a pretty good game, honestly. I'm curious to see who you guys think is going to take this one.
I was very enticed by this proposition, by this opportunity gifted to me by the gods. But the committee has decided that this is not this week's Oscars upset alert, which does give you a bit of an indication of what it's going to be. But I'm actually going to go with the Eagles very narrowly getting through by the skin of their teeth. The Rams are definitely going to be the better team in this game, but the Eagles are going to find some stupid way to win. But
Yep.
listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you guys right now the Rams are going to be the better team this game, and the Eagles will somehow find a way to win. Right?
Interesting.
On a
Mark,
stupid
what do you think?
basis.
I think the Eagles are going to win this. I think it's going to be a close game. But the Eagles'
Mhm.
defense has been playing really well, especially their secondary.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams, I mean, they have X factors in Puka Nacua and in Cooper Cup. But there's the Eagles' safeties and cornerbacks have just been playing phenomenal these last few games. And I don't see anyone being able to slow down Saquon here. I think this would be a great game. I don't think it's gonna be as high scoring as people think it's gonna be, to be honest, because these are both relatively better defenses compared to others. But I think the Eagles will win this.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. I think it'll be a close game. I don't know if this is right. It just could be my imagination, but I feel like the Rams play better away. I don't know if that's right or not, but they're home. I don't know why that's making me want to pick the Eagles even more. And then last game, Monday Night Football, it is the Harbaugh Bowl. I believe this is the first game that John and Jim Harbaugh will be coaching against each other since the Super Bowl in 2012. So we got the Ravens in Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Mark started off.
Me?
Fine, I'll start off.
Yeah,
Ravens.
you.
I'm going with Baltimore. Now you
Yeah,
go.
I'm going with Baltimore also.
Okay, cool. And Oscar, there you go.
Do you hear that? That's right, you hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, this week's
Shit.
Oscars upset alert of the week is the Los Angeles Chargers to defeat the Baltimore Ravens, handing them their second loss in a row. And I don't think that would is did they lose two games in a row last time as well? I'm not too sure, but I think so if my memory serves me right. Um, but yeah, the Chargers, after the display I saw from them in the last few weeks, but especially versus the Bengals, and after the pressure that Bengals offense put on them in the second half, and how they were able to, come up when it come up big when it mattered most when the game was on the line, and they were able to get a key stop on two drives back to back. I think it says a lot about how this team is being coached, the culture in the locker room, in the organization right now, the mindset that the team has, and just the way Jim Harbaugh has been able to completely flip around this joke of an organization and stop them from charging. I think everyone here is familiar with the term
Yep.
charging themselves. I fully expected them to charger that game, but they didn't, and I'm a little bit impressed. I'm shocked. I wasn't expecting that from them this season, and I think the Ravens are also not going to expect that from them this season or in this game. I think the Ravens are going to go in with that mentality of, okay, yeah, they're a better team, but this is our game. We can win this for sure. Bounce back game, and the Chargers are going to stick it to them. They're going to play hard the whole game. The Ravens are going to have to go up against a really stiff, tough defense that's playing great. And, well, we saw how they fared last week against the Steelers. Clearly, whenever this team does struggle with good defense, elite defenses, and they lost to the Chiefs. I know it was opening week, but still, Chiefs, again, one of the best defense in the league. Whenever this team goes up against good defenses, they seem to crumble, and I think the Chargers are going to find a way to win this game, especially they're at home. They're going to have the fans on their side, and the Chargers are going to win. Yeah, give me the Chargers to win this game in Oscar's upset alert of the week.
Yep. I can see all those things happening, except the very last thing that you said. The Chargers are playing at home. There's going to be more Ravens fans than Chargers fans there. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
So
If
that'll be pretty
if
fun.
if I may say, this
Yeah, good.
game is really gonna come down to who plays better, the Ravens offense or the Chargers defense. It's not the Chargers offense is gonna play better or the Ravens defense is gonna play better. It really is not. It is the Ravens offense facing the Chargers defense.
And
I'm
I,
gonna be
I
so
think that's honestly what's going to be better for the Chargers is that Justin Herbert isn't going to be in a pressure situation.
That's
The
true.
pressure's not going to be on him; it's going to be on his defense. And I think that's
yeah.
when Justin Herbert actually performs the best. Is when the pressure's not on him, and that's been the case this year. And he's been playing better. He's the best Justin Herbert's played in 2 years.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
true.
Well, honestly, really excited to see this game. This might be one of the few games that I think I might have time to watch, especially for Thanksgiving break.
Yep.
But guys, I think that wraps it up for today's podcast.
I want to say
Um,
one thing though.
oh,
I'm sorry.
Colin firstly
All right.
wants to say
See,
one thing.
I did this last time. It was the first time I've ever done it, and it gave me some good karma, so I'm gonna do it again. Hey, last time it was Joe Burrow, okay? What happened? I talked into this. I was very close. My face was up here. I talked. I was like, Joe Burrow, you gotta do me something, all right?
Wow, you're
And then
kind of handsome.
and guess what happened? My fantasy team dropped 241.64 points. Okay, so guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna do it again. Hey, you know whose turn it is now? Kenneth Walker. Okay, you gotta make me 12-0. All right, Kenneth Walker, you better do something because you haven't been doing anything the last couple games. Okay, so please, bro, I need you now. I need you. Okay. I need 242 points this time, all right? And I need to go 12-0 in my fantasy league, okay? So Kenneth Walker, it's up to you, bro, all right? Wake up, okay? The
These
Cardinals
late
are not that good. Thank you.
These
Have a nice
like
day.
to
late
take
night
I would
pods.
like to take this chance to say how much I will enjoy not being at school starting in
Absolutely.
approximately 8 hours. No, 7 hours, 6 hours. I don't know math. I am
These late night pods have
I
Colin
am
feeling a certain way. That's for sure.
acoustic. But
Okay, last time we had a late night pod, 241.64 points. I will do these at this time every single night.
Oh my lord.
And
I
when
ain't
it's
brother. I ain't.
12:36 a.m., you know. Oh, look, we're time traveling. Hey, Mark's in Wednesday. We're in Thursday.
Yeah, guys. Hey, if 9/11 happens again, let me know, okay?
I got you.
Appreciate it. Well, YouTube, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Get to the Right, the Saturday Night the podcast.
Hey, man, get
Thank
out
you
of
for,
here. I don't want to see you around here anymore, man.
Hey,
Get
I
outta
want
here.
some mozzarella.
Shit, it's the end of
Mozzarella.
the episode, end of the podcast. Get out of here. What are you doing?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week is our Thanksgiving break, so we may not have an episode for you, just because we all want to enjoy some times with our family and our friends.
Forget
so
the family. I'm trying to watch Tommy DeVito, baby.
Tommy DeVito. I'm gonna be in Mexico.
DeVito.
We're going to Mexico. You ready? That's a Tommy DeVito.
Tommy Cutlet.
It's a Cancun. It's a Broncos country. That's right.
Hey, get me a chicken cutlet on a hero.
But,
Hey,
you
man.
know, guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back soon, that's for sure. Maybe some vlog content coming next month?
Perhaps.
Question mark. And
Fair enough.
perhaps. What is this? Thank you guys for tuning in. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. It's a goodbye for now.
Who is
Ciao.
that, Mario?
Hey, man. Ciao.